Hey, what's up? This is the Sick Folks of Cinema.
Woo!
Woo! That's the enthusiasm. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. I am the host this week. Lucky you. I'm Keith Graber, and with us we have, of course, Christina Ceballos.
Hola,
We have
cholas.
Stefan Bowman,
Hey!
and our special guest this week, our very special guest, Maria De La Ghetto.
Hola.
Say hi, Maria.
¿Cómo está na? You know, ambitious, multicultural.
So guys, let's get started with hearing a little bit about yourselves. What have you been watching lately? Stina, let's start with you.
Oh, I always go through the norms, Falcon and the Winter Soldier every Friday. I haven't watched this newest episode. I always wait till the end of the day because it's like a nice way to take the edge off. I finally got caught up on Drag Race. Oh my God, y'all. Nobody went home. It's the finals now. I'm here for it. Some of the other thing, I watched a couple movies this week that I've never seen before, and I was kind of shocked that I've never seen them. First one was Easy Money, the Rodney Dangerfield movie.
Oh, classic.
Been a while,
classic.
but yeah.
Classic.
It's free on Tubi, y'all. And that movie was absolutely hysterical. I was crying. And there's not many comedy movies that make me laugh so hard I physically start crying anymore. We had to pause the movie and rewind at least twice. Go back over a scene, and it was amazing. That's one that just never gets old. The other movie that I watched that I'm surprised that I've never seen was Empire Records.
Oh, classic.
Oh.
Too.
Another
Yes.
one on Tubi.
I remember that. Oh,
Okay.
You didn't? I liked it. It was such I don't know what it is. I like those throwback type movies. It's a typical Gen X movie, it was so good. I loved it. I thought
it's
the
such
kid.
everyone's an archetype in that movie. It just made me want to puke and then eat the puke and then puke it
I
again.
loved it.
Oh my
I love those archetypes.
He's like a bird.
Oh God, yeah.
Maria, Keith
I
is
worked-
very passionate about
Yeah, he
what
was
he
too
dislikes.
cool for that movie.
I worked at a record store when that movie came out, and you
course
don't
you
know how many displays of that DVD and CD that they had all over the fucking record store that I had to stare at with dumb bitch going like this. But oh my God, I wanted to
Liv
burn
Tyler?
every single copy, and I couldn't. I had to stare at them all day long, waiting for people to buy them.
Oh my
I
God.
can see why the disdain. I could see that.
It's just a bunch of models. It basically was like Posers the movie. If you're
We should
you
write
really
that,
are-
Keith. We should write that.
like a record store, if you work at a record store and you love records, and you like music and all that, that was Posers the movie. Sorry.
We got to write that, Keith. I like that.
I
Posers
like
the
that
movie.
idea too.
Yeah.
I miss those types of movies, so I would totally watch it. But I mean, I liked Empire Records. Any 90s movie, I'm obsessed. So seeing a bunch of people where I'm like, oh, I know where that person's from. I know where this person's from. I know this person. So it was exciting to say the least. And then the other thing, we started watching this sitcom called Father Ted.
Haven't heard of it.
And it's I believe it's a British. Yeah, it's a British comedy written by Gran Linham. I don't know how to
Liam
pronounce
Neeson?
his. No,
I have a certain particular type of skills.
no, not him.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's the creator, the writer and creator of IT Crowd. And
Oh, okay. I know what that is. Yeah.
I love IT Crowd, and this was another one, and it's one of those shows where it's very easy to watch, easy to digest because it's so goofy and silly. Very, very goofy and silly. And the premise is just great. Three priests in the middle of nowhere having to live with each other.
There's no children around, right?
No. No.
I just got to be sure.
I'll tell you, I mean.
That's why they're there. They have to be a certain amount of feet away.
Yeah. Jeez. Are they
And,
registered is what I want to know.
Hey, y'all, that's all I've been watching.
That's
Not too
it?
much.
No, that's a good amount. That's good. Stefan, what
tried.
about you? All right, everyone set your watches.
Set your watches. It took 5 years.
hurts.
Maria, we need you to write all this down as he's
I
listening.
hope you're right.
Excited.
No, right when you said Empire Records, it reminded me of a movie that I love like 10 times more called SLC Punks
Oh
with
my
Matthew,
Yeah.
with Matthew Lillard.
Oh,
Fucking love that movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Watched a lot of YouTube. They have this stand-up place in New York that I one of my dreams is to perform stand-up there called Gotham, and watched a lot of different comedians do stand-up there. Jim Brewer, what was that dude's name? Oh my god, it escapes me. The dude from Mad TV, Orlando something. Orlando Jones? Is it Jones?
Oh yeah.
Jones, yeah.
I
think
think
it's
it's Orlando Jones.
Yeah, Orlando Jones. I saw him perform, and a couple other people in.
It was in the Alien movie, right? With
Evolution. Yeah, he's in Evolution. Yeah, I like that one. That one's a funny movie. But yeah, really, really good. And then caught up to my Fear the Walking Dead, which they just started again. And then with my daughter, we watched Mulan on Disney Plus, and I liked it a lot better than I thought I would. You just got to go in understanding that the other one is a fucking cartoon. Okay, as long as you understand that the other one's a goddamn cartoon. It's like watching a live action movie with the Looney Tunes. I was so disappointed. It wasn't realistic. And then got my first shot. Whoa.
Congratulations.
Not tequila. My dog's in heat and is fucking nuts. And then
wait, was it Pfizer or Moderna? So we can silently.
Oh, I got the Moderna, so I'm gonna have to go back in 6 months to get my booster shot. Which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. We will need boosters.
I thought that was Pfizer.
That's the
I thought
Moderna.
I thought it was Pfizer that was like, yeah, you were gonna need a third shot.
They might too. Well, see, that was the thing. And before we get too sidetracked, they were saying that really old people might need multiple boosters. So that's
Booster C.
I thought it was like a flu shot. Like I thought this was just another. Like you're gonna need another one. It's not gonna cure you from the fucking. I don't know.
You're supposed to help you survive.
I guess nobody understands vaccines because I thought like it's. Some of them are one and done. Some of them are like, no, a couple times. Some of them are like, it'll never work.
Some are microchipped.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I don't believe that bullshit. Anywho, and then Invincible, which is getting really juicy, man.
I'm meaning to watch
it's getting
that.
good.
Man, not for kids. Yeah, definitely don't show that to kids. And then of course the one we watched tonight, and then I did do some movie pickups. I traded in some stuff. I had extra stuff went to book off, and I actually picked up Hereditary in 4K. Got it for $12. Yeah.
Nice.
And I also got Get Out as well. Wait, I don't know if you can. There we go.
Oh,
and I got that for $12 as well. I don't care that it's used. I can clean it off. I got my first shot, right? I'll be okay.
Yeah, but how was it used? That's the question.
Ooh, I hope they got their shot then. That's all.
That's all. That's actually a short list for Steph.
For me,
so
yeah.
I know usually Stefan like needs a time turner to go and watch all of the movies.
It's Christmas. Are you done yet? It's Christmas.
That's the Stefan Cliff's notes. All right, Maria. So what have you been watching?
So this past week and a half, I mentioned I have been binging Hunter x Hunter because I'm an anime nerd. And man, because like people have been talking about it forever, so I was just like, okay, let's fucking do this. And oh my god, especially because like I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with the one character Hisoka, which is this weird clown, but like hot, like buff clown who like gets off on murdering people. But then I'm like, ooh, I need to see what this is about.
Kinky. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm sold.
Exactly. So, but it's also got like cute stuff because there's this little like kids that are trying to be whatever. Anyway, that's my like top of the list. I just finished American Gods on Stars. Have you guys seen?
Oh yeah, I've seen the first season. And the second season. I'm not on the third yet though.
Fucking love that show so much that I was like, I can't fucking wait. So I bought the book on thriftbooks.com.
There you go.
What's
the first season. Oh, first season's fucking amazing.
Like it's all fucking great. So I couldn't wait. I was like, I don't even fucking care. I'm gonna read the book. So I'm in the middle of the book.
It's about these different gods who are trying to survive, even though they've been forgotten. And so new gods have come to take their place, and they're battling for people to worship them. It's more than that, but that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's
From
gory.
what
as
I've
fuck.
heard, it sounds
The way
dope.
that, huh?
From what I've heard, it sounds dope.
No, it's really good.
Because like there's like one scene, I think it was the first season, where all the gods, because it's American gods, because they're gods that were brought over to America by immigrants, right?
Yeah.
So if you're Hindu, you believe, and one of the gods is Kali. She's like the god of death. Like she.
Oh,
like,
the one that eats them.
like,
I won't say how.
She like has like all these arms, and she's like a warrior, and she's just got like heads on a necklace and shit. So it's like there's the American versions, and then you have like the other versions, and
Odin. You have the old gods.
Odin, yes.
Oh,
and then
yeah. It's
there was one.
it's really good, Keith.
Oh my god, my favorite though was when you had white Jesus and black Jesus at the party.
There you go. There you go. And then you know what, Peter
So
Stormare.
is it a comedy too?
Yeah, it has dark comedy type stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sex, drugs, a lot of sex, a lot of drugs, a lot of gore.
all your favorite stuff. All your
It's good. It's good.
so good.
Peter Stormare is one of my favorite characters in there.
Which one? Who?
He's like in the first one, I forget his character, but he's like an old Viking god or Norse god or some sort, but he carries that hammer, and a lot of the flashbacks or visions of him in the first season are just, you see like teeth and brain and skin flying, and he has like a fucking butcher's hammer. He has a beard. He played the devil in Constantine, that actor. It's the same actor,
have
Peter.
hammers?
Oh yes, Chernobog.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah. No, that actor
That's
is
the
so
homie
good.
right there.
Oh no,
Right on
yeah,
Bald
he was in
Mountain.
Fargo. He's in a lot. He's
Constantine is one of
like
my
in
favorite movies too, but
so many movies. Amazing actor though, very underrated. Oh my god, he's so good in there, Keith. Oh my god.
gotta watch that show.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Then I rewatched. Me and my sister probably watch this movie once a month at least, because we just love this movie. It's so corny, probably problematic. I mean, yeah, definitely. But it's America's Sweethearts. Nope. No one. Oh my god, you know what? Oh my gosh, no one has heard of this movie. I don't think it did great, but it is just so corny. It's Billy Crystal, Julia Roberts, John Cusack, Catherine.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
And it's just so funny, mostly because me and my sister relate way too hard to the main characters, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Julia Roberts. So Catherine Zeta-Jones is an actress, and her sister's her personal assistant. And we just love quoting this movie. But it's got funny parts. It's got so many, like, what's his name? Seth Green is in it. It's just so ridiculous.
Oh, Seth Green is awesome.
So funny. So that's like our favorite. So we watch that like every couple weeks.
I have those movies too.
Right?
Like, I have
You know
movies
what
that
I'm
nobody's like, that thing you do. I watch that at least
Oh, it's cute. I haven't
once
seen it in
a
so
month.
long. Oh my
I
god.
can't.
my God.
I
I
used to do
can't
that.
watch that one.
I love that movie so much.
My brothers and sisters and I used to do that when we were kids. We would have like VHS tapes around the house,
Yep.
of just certain movies, whatever we could record, and then we'd rewatch them till.
I think that's why America's Sweetheart is our favorite movie, because that's one of the DVDs we had growing up when cable was gone, and we didn't have anything, so we're just like rewatching all the DVDs, and that was always our go-to. The joy of being broke.
I can understand that. The one that I got highly addicted to when I was young, it first freaked me out, but then later on I just got highly addicted to it. Was an old 80s TV series called V, where the aliens come to Earth and they have they eat humans, and underneath their skin, when they peel it off, they're fucking lizards and shit. Lizard aliens. They remade it. Remake was okay, but the original was fucking amazing.
That VCR, when we were a kid, that VCR was our babysitter. Like my mom paid it $20 an hour.
Yeah, I understand that. Same here.
And then one thing I do watch, this is like something I just put on casually, is on YouTube. It's Murder Makeup Mystery Days.
Bailey
okay.
Sarian.
Bailey Sarian.
Oh.
It's this girl. She's so cute. I love her. She just sits there, does her makeup, and then talks about whatever murder or true crime or whatever. It's always some like case or whatever, and she just does that. And that's always like my constant. It's always like playing in the background or something. So that's what's going on with me. That's what I'm watching.
Good list. All right, guys. Well, I haven't been watching a lot this week. I've been doing some of the standbys. You know me, I'm a sci-fi nerd. even worse than that, I'm a science nerd. So I just literally watch the Science Channel. And so I've been watching the How the Universe Works has a new, they're in the new season, which I was like, oh my God, I've rewatched all the old ones like so many times over, but they've been doing more updated stuff. And did you guys even know we landed on a comet? Like
Interesting, no?
this whole Mars thing was blowing up the news, but like we landed on a comet and like took pictures and stuff of it and shot a probe down onto it. I mean,
What?
Wow.
I know it's mind blowing for, you know, if you're a nerd, I don't know. It's like, what can't NASA do? You know what I mean? Besides
Explore the oceans.
Yeah, besides high fives and make eye contact. What can't
Better
these
dental surgery.
scientists
I don't know.
at NASA do? I don't know. I'm just like really excited about crap like that. And you know, like there's one recently on like they touched on viruses and COVID and stuff. And I think they said some statistic. I don't want to get it wrong, but I don't give a fuck if I do. That there's more viruses on this planet than there are stars in the universe. I'm pretty sure they said.
Oh my God! Don't tell my.
Oh wow.
Which is like mind blowing, you know. And I'm like,
Wow.
you know, but and your body. I mean, you probably heard this fact before, but your body's made up of like more than half the cells in your body are not human cells. Like you're made up of so much bacteria and viruses and other things.
Oh yeah.
Which is like
A stew.
it's just it's dirty. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel dirty.
A filthy stew.
Just a bag of slop.
We're just meat sacks.
For real.
I am a meat popsicle.
I started watching, but I didn't finish Eric Andre's new show Bad Trip, which is actually, I didn't realize it's a movie. It's basically
the movie, yeah.
It's basically Eric Andre's Borat, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. I like it and I like where they're going, but it's really hard to tell, especially in this format of it being a feature length. Like
I think it's too long.
What's staged, what's fake, who's in on it, because you can't possibly this can't possibly be candid with all the camera angles that they have. You know, there's no way that you're shooting all those angles and the people there don't. So I'm sure there's a select amount of people who are not, you know, in on it, and there's a little bit, but I don't know. It's just hard to really like completely grasp what about it is real and what's staged.
I think he's too famous too, Keith.
Yeah.
I think he's just too famous.
I feel like that jives well with Eric Andre though, because when I think of Eric Andre, I think chaos. Mm-hmm. He is literally like a Loki just running around. Like it's not just chaotic good or chaotic evil. Like he's just pure chaos and he thrives in that environment, which I love about him. I think it's hilarious what he does, but like, yeah, his energy is very chaotic.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be honest, on the show, I love the show, but my favorite part of the show is in the studio with the guests and not the on the street guy stuff. The on the street guy stuff is like your jackass prank stuff, and it's like it's usually built around one simple gag, like, hey, you know, we're pretending to be this, we're not that, and the guy's going to be freaked out, you know. And it's usually cheap, but it's sometimes kind of entertaining, you know? Mm-hmm. But then it's also sometimes like he's simulating assault and you're like, how do you not get shot? Like, so it's weird. I don't know. But like I think in the studio, that stuff is brilliant. That's the stuff. And because it's also the editing in the studio and it's a very controlled environment and they can set up all these props and gags and stuff like that and different segments, and they could squish them all together and make things seem rapid fire when really they shot it over 8 hours, you know? So I think that the editing in that show is what makes it so brilliant.
I love Eric Andre.
Yeah, this was cool. It's like Bad Trip is almost like an 80s romp mixed with Borat, you know? It's like an 80s road movie. You know, like License to Drive or something.
Oh, I love License to Drive. Oh, Corey Feldman. Love that one.
But yeah, that's mostly what I've been watching. And like, I'm still trying to get through I am not going to get through the Goldbergs. I've faced that. I'm going to die before, because they're still
in the 80s.
Still laying track. Like the train will never end.
So
Yeah, it's the one about the family that in the 80s lives in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that Adam F. Goldberg's sort of upbringing,
Hmm.
and yeah, it takes place in the 80s in Philly, and I feel like Pops at this point. Like I'm not going to see the end of this, you know. Like, sorry, Pops, love you, George. So yeah,
Rest in peace.
that's what I've been watching. But yeah, so let's get to the main event. You can see this is, by the way, a new flaming background. I had last week, I had a different flaming background. But if this tells you anything, it's usually my favorite part of the movie when I don't love a movie is when all the shit burns. I'm just like, thank God.
Like gonorrhea, it burns.
So,
Does it?
yeah, guys, let's talk about
So I've heard.
This movie is Ginger's Gone Wild. No, wait, I'm sorry. What's the real title of it?
Ginger's
Oh,
Gone Wild.
Might as well have been.
Ginger's Gone. the ghost Ginger. No, this was Eli. What was it? 2019, which is fairly recent.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Sure.
And
Released by
I don't know.
Paramount.
Guys, tell me what you thought.
I liked it.
Let's go right for the spoils, okay?
I will admit I did like it better than I thought I would. Because the trailer, I kind of already guessed kind of where it was sort of going in the trailer. I kind of had an idea.
I didn't. I was completely like surprised by the ending.
Well, the very, very end, I didn't see that 100%, but a lot of the stuff before we got to the end, I predicted a lot of that stuff in the
not in a satisfying way, you know. Not to gripe, but I just it felt like this movie to me is weird. It was like predictable and confusing at the same time.
That's a good way to describe it.
You know what I'm saying? Like each step of the way, I was like, she's a ghost. That's not, you know, blah 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 blah. I was calling all these things, and then it's also like, I'm like, what the hell is his parents' deal? And I still don't know who, you know what I mean? I feel like the dad also fucked the devil, and like they had their own secret deal. You know, it was like, don't tell.
Licked his taint, man. Licked his
when
taint.
When he said at the beginning, when they were sitting on the bed at the house, and he was like, you know, I've always been a faithful man. I was like, oh, that's a shady ass line, bitch.
There we go.
He calling you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, there's some good stuff in there, and just as a side note, the character, I forget the character's name, but at the end we find out it's his sister. Spoiler alert. With the red hair, she plays Max in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So definitely Billy's sister. So we got that out of the way.
See,
no,
I was wrong about
MILF Hunter
her
in that movie
because I was like, something weird is going on, something's off, something's weird, and I'm not gonna lie, I knew how the movie was gonna end before I saw it. Because I found this movie through Trixie Mattel and Katya's show that they do for Netflix, where they like watch like a season of a show or like a movie. So I saw the end, and that's where I was like, I want to watch this movie. So, but I thought, I was like, oh, is this girl? Is she the devil? Because that's what I thought. I was like,
oh, wait, you knew this was the prequel to Little Nicky?
That's funny.
In a sense, I knew. Okay, so the part
the blood of the innocent.
Like the part that they showed in that when they were reviewing that movie, because they did a bunch of horror movies that were on Netflix, and the part that they showed was him with the women upside down floating around.
Oh yeah, that part was fucking awesome, dude.
And I was like, I have to see this. I have to see it. So I got that there was a hint of some sort of, you know, hellish things in the works. Like I was like, okay, they're upside down, crosses on fire. Like there's some weird ass shit going on. But I just didn't know how the pieces fit.
I think there's a double-edged sword when in the realm of like demonic satanic lore. I think that the stuff with like, you know, and again, this always goes back to how I like movies is when it's understated and visceral and you don't and mysterious. Like that's what I like. But then, you know, like when there's the whatever, you don't know what this woman's intentions are, the head sister, and there's this dark, sinister, you know, shit going on behind the scenes. But then there's the glowing eyes and like, I'm the devil and everything's gonna go on fire, you know, like all that shit is just, then it becomes a cartoon. It's just like, it's such a double-edged sword. I don't know.
No, I hear what you're saying, you know. I mean, I will say this though. I will say this. The one thing I really liked about the film is I like how they presented it as they're going to get these scientific doctor type treatments to help the young boy. And it has nothing to do with any type of religious stuff, right? Well, at least that's what it's, you know, spoiler alert, that the way it's presented, and that they're in this place and it's got like a fucking vault door. Right? Is this a bank? Like, what the fuck?
Not suspicious at all.
You know, that little suspicious, you know. And then when you finally at the end find out what's going on, or you know, even you see the knife out of the cross, you know, the well with the bodies, you know, I really like the transition from, you know, science and medical, and you're like, no, they're just fucking crazy. Oh wait, but they're not that crazy.
Yeah, I like
crazy,
the fact,
but not that crazy.
I like the fact that throughout the entire movie, even though I knew what was going on or what was going to happen at the end, throughout the whole movie, I was like, this kid is sick.
Oh no, yeah,
Like,
that's
like,
yeah, that's what you're made.
When
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I have to say this, spoiler alert, but at like when he was put in the jail and he just woke up and he was okay, I was like, oh, maybe they're protecting him. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not what was going on. That wasn't what was going on at all.
No, yeah,
And
they
when
were-
it finally clicked that it was like what they were putting into him to try and get that.
Yeah, they were trying to
out.
suppress it. So
And
they made
I did not like, and from the get-go, I was like, first of all, I don't trust this white bitch.
Wait, Dr.
crazy?
Horny?
All
Hey guys,
of them.
this was one letter off from a porn parody. It was Dr. Horn.
Yeah.
I didn't trust the mom. And it's funny because I thought from the beginning, I was like, he's fine. She's got codependency issues. Look at how she is with her husband. She done messed up somewhere. Something, we call it kato in Tagalog. Mayroong kato siya. There's something wrong in there. I can tell right away because she have those crazy girlfriend eyes, you know? Like legitimately, I was like, there ain't shit wrong with this kid. And then when they took him to the facility, I was like, they got bolted doors. Big surprise. I just saw like all the red flags. I was like, I just saw it. And then when it started progressing, I'm like, when all this stuff was happening to him, I was like, I was like, he's not really sick. I bet you anything he's not really sick, because I don't know if it's because of all the movies we see or whatever, but I was just,
Yeah.
you know, but either way, I was like, he's not really sick. Some shit's going on. And when I found out that this bitch done slept with the devil, I was like, I knew it. Mom was screwing him over from the get-go. I was like, I was mad. I was mad for the kid. And I was mad that, like, I was like, you know what? And I wanted to feel bad, because it's like on some level, you're like, well, this kid's fucking evil. This guy is literally the spawn of the devil. But the way that they were doing it, I was like, shit, y'all deserved all of that happened. You know, like,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking, if he would have never known, and if he would have just had a nurturing, loving childhood, would he have even unleashed anything? Like nature over nurture? You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Well,
y'all brought it on yourselves.
I'm
Mhm.
okay. So I'm kind of confused, guys. Walk me through this. Pretend I'm an idiot, if you will. Pretend I'm a complete moron. And
Got
I don't
it.
know anything, and walk me through exactly the logistics of how and when this kid was sick. So we start out, and he's in a bubble.
Yeah, he's in that little self-contained
Right?
bubble in the
and
hotel.
Then they take
Yeah.
him in his little suit, and he's walking, and then there's a break in the suit, and he breaks out into hives. Right?
Mhm.
So he is sick and allergic to something in the air, correct?
Well, that's what we're led to believe.
Yeah.
What I think happened is they gave him a form of something to suppress the demon inside. So they convinced his actual brain that if he were to, get out into the natural air or the environment, that he would collapse or die or something would happen.
Yeah, it was a self-induced like
Yeah,
stress panic attack.
yeah. So that was their way of shutting down the demon.
So how was he breaking out in actual hives?
That's the demon trying to come out.
And here's what I was wondering. This is what I'm wondering. I feel like, did they give him something to induce that like reaction? And because she said, the mom said, like he told the girl, he told his half sister, it wasn't always like this. I used to be normal, and then that stuff started happening. So then I started thinking, well, so they must have started giving him stuff to suppress something, but was he even like aware? Was he showing signs? Like, what was really, or did they start giving him stuff and like doing these things
Oh yeah, I think she confessed it was like holy water pills or some shit.
Yeah, it was just holy water that they were injecting into him.
Okay, so
like to,
when he turns red into hives, that's
Mhm.
not having an allergic reaction. That's him going into devil mode.
Well, it's
Right.
him having an allergic reaction to the
So,
holy water.
to the holy water, whatever they're giving him, it flares up or something. It's really
so-
bizarre.
Yeah.
So
Not
they
really
give
clear,
him
yeah.
medicine that it reacts with the air outside, is basically what you're saying.
That's what it sounds like. Or maybe the air
So
activates
convoluted. It's so convoluted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what I mean? And I say
Hold
this all
on.
the time. You know I do, but this is what happens when you try and make up a pretend physics for you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, hold on. She
Get it.
said that there was a root that they were
Oh,
giving him.
canis root.
Tannis root, yeah. And
some Wiccan shit.
that I wasn't, yeah, I don't know what
It's
it
angel.
was.
It's angels.
Brujeria shit.
It's the pubic hair of angels. That's what they're giving him.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Gabriel's
then-
pubes.
so he goes to the facility, and then so they're treating him with all these weird needles and biopsies, etc. And so what are they giving him to change?
Literally just holy water. They were just
So
injecting.
just more
holy
holy
water.
water, more of the
Probably
same
holy
stuff.
water. It could be even maybe mini crosses. It could be tons of crazy.
crosses, like from the nanotechnology. They're all shaped in crosses, and so they.
Something, man. And I mean, they put little baby transformers up in that piece.
And then so by the end, after the third treatment that his dad gives him,
No, he didn't go through with the third treatment. They tried to.
well, what
but
did
he
his
thought
dad
they
inject
were
him with?
Probably
wrong.
something to make him fall asleep.
He's like a
Yes.
sedative.
Yeah.
They were like, it's not
Oh,
working.
and that's when he finally passed out. Like, it took a while and he passed out when he went down into that cage.
Oh yeah, you're.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so then he wakes up, flips out, whatever. We're not going to talk about the ending just yet. And then he's back out into the car with the girl and his mom, and then he's fine again, right?
He was always fine.
Yeah, he was
He
always
was
fine.
always fine. Just like that girl, how she can be
But he
outside
wasn't always
and
fine.
she's fine.
If he had a break in his suit, he turned red.
Because
Yeah,
again, that was the fake medicine that they were injecting into him to create that hives. I think that's
yeah,
what
the
they.
psychosis, yeah, or whatever it was, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it probably just made him break out in hives, but then they never let him be out long enough for him to realize. You know, because when he's down in the cell, she's like, it starts happening again, and then they're like, he knows now. He knows. So I think it's just once it passes, it's fine. That's what I pieced together.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was just a
yeah.
temporary thing because
Mhm.
he started breaking out when they locked him in the cage, and then he passed out. And when he woke up, he was fine. He could breathe. He wasn't coughing. he
I
was
think
fine.
whatever was in his system got out of his system. And the thing that's interesting is they lead you to believe, obviously, before I know we hit the end, but they lead you to believe that he's sick and then he's possessed. But then it's really neither of those. he's actually, he's like a demigod or an entity of some sort. It's not possessed or even human.
He's like some sort of red, less credible Hulk.
There you go.
So that's where I'm like, okay, did they activate this? Did they would he have just not known had they never said anything? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm not sure because the girl said at the end, she was like, you were stronger than the others, and Dad always says you got to prove your place. So I think that was always gonna kind of come to light, but they were just trying to get rid of it before it even got to that point. Because she was like, "Yo, your parents have been working with me for a lot longer than you think." So I think these nuns, like these I don't know what you call a group of nuns. The
A flock?
Coven. Coven.
yeah, these nuns
Hold on. I
basically
should have something.
were
for you.
like professional
sheeple?
exorcists
A bad
for like
habit.
more
bad habit.
advanced like form of like exorcists
Mm,
because they literally, they were like, we
That's-
got to get
yeah.
the devil out of this poor child. Hopefully your soul is saved.
yeah,
Which I
that's
thought
the
was really dumb. I was like, how are you going to try to save his soul when he is literally
the son of the
the
devil.
son of the devil? Like,
It's all one. It's not. It can't be separated. It's all one thing.
yeah,
They
that,
thought.
So maybe they didn't have all the information either, right?
well, obviously they didn't because those other three kids were like, we're trying to help you. Because they, remember, like, they dragged him out and they were like, go. And he was like, oh shit, they're trying to kill me. They were
Yeah.
trying to just
They're
help
trying
him
to
escape.
prove
So
that he
were
fought.
they real ghosts?
It seems like it, yeah.
I think they were the spirit entities or whatever of his other relatives.
Yeah, that's
I think they were all related, so they were just trying to get. Hey, Dad said I should probably
Yeah.
help you out.
They all had
Very
a
vague.
similar problem,
Yeah.
which was a genetic defect, when in reality these people all knew, like, oh, all these children are just spawns of the devil.
Yeah, so unbeknownst to us, we don't realize that they're not really like doctors or scientists. They're more or less, if you will, like ordained hunters of Armageddon or whatever, if you will. They just
Free Bible thumpers.
yeah, they're just.
Yeah.
I feel like
you know,
this is Christianity, like just the epitome of it, and this would happen if it went to that extreme.
Or like Christian scientists?
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Almost like
There you go.
Scientology, kind of.
Yeah, and like the mother was like this devout Christian, and then she was like, honey, I prayed every day and nobody answered me except your father.
Hmm.
And it's like, yo, okay, you're that devout and you're gonna be like, I'm pretty desperate, so we're gonna give this a go. He promised. He said
promised
nothing
it
was
wouldn't
gonna
be like
happen.
him.
So it's like a cross between what Little Nicky, The Omen, Hellboy,
Little bit of Rosemary's Baby in there.
Exorcist, Little Rosemary's Baby.
Sprinkle
I
of
was gonna say-
rosemary, baby.
Did you guys ever see Hell Baby?
Yeah, that
Thomas
one's
Lennon.
funny. That one's funny.
I just feel like too, like if you're that devout of a Christian and the devil comes up and is like, yo, what's good? I'll give you a baby. That would solidify my faith in God. I'd be like, if you're here, he's there. I ain't fucking with all that. Nope. You
Right?
keep that baby.
Like, how are you gonna be like,
Yeah.
I think God's gonna get it. I think he's gonna get it. Like, if I just make this one deal, it's gonna be totally cool. But for some reason, they're always like, honey, we just tried our best. I prayed, and he was the one that answered. And it's like,
Okay, Karen.
I mean,
So weird.
should you
Yeah.
still even be able to wear that cross on
You
you?
know, I was like, girl.
And no wonder the dad was so pissed. Like, imagine if you will, your wife being like, yo, honey, guess what? We got a baby.
Yeah.
Who
I
put
tripped
that down?
on his dick. Like,
It just, yeah, and all this stuff, whenever it comes down to like this God versus Satan type of concept, it's always the same cartoonish like representations of it. Like Satan's the darkness and fire, and God, it's so weird because God's like sunlight, and you're like, hey man, do you know what the sun is made of? This shit doesn't make any sense, like it's all fire. It's
Well,
weird.
that's the thing that I did like about this, because the whole time, even up until the very end, I was like, hell yeah, Eli, fucking light him up. Light him up.
No, that was some of the
to
best shit
me,
in the movie. Oh yeah.
To me,
Let's
that
go,
was like,
go.
I'm
you
so
know,
down with that.
God didn't answer and the devil did. But did this kid deserve it? No, he didn't deserve the way he was tortured his entire life, made to believe that he was deathly ill when there was nothing wrong with him except for the fact that his father was the devil.
his mama done messed up. Like,
Oh yeah.
you want to go real deep, we could be like, well, he could have nature versus nurture. Maybe he becomes like this amazing savior of the world, and God's like, you know what? I mean, Satan was my kid, or my whatever. I could forgive it. You know, like
Yeah, like that.
redemption. I feel like
It wasn't even that was his kid. It was no, that was my favorite kid.
Hellboy
Okay,
loves
that
it.
was my favorite kid.
That's another thing that bugged me about this movie is basically the glue logic, which is the theories you come up with when you huff glue. Like that's glue logic. So the dad's like, all right, this kid has a risk of he's a half devil of turning into a demigod and burning us all. So what should we do? Why don't we torture him? That makes sense. Let's just torture the fuck out of him. And
you
then
know what?
There's no way this is gonna backfire.
My theory about that is the dad was
oh, he got it good. He got it good
with Eli. Like, first of all, there was that conversation that they had before he hit him with the sedative.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, remember that meadow and the dog? We used to take the dog to the meadow, and I was like, is this about to turn into like a old Yeller situation? Like he's about to break it down like that? And then he was like, you know you are so loved. Like your mother says, you know I love you, and he says, I know. That's his thing. He never says I love you too. He always just says I know. And he was like, you just know. You're so loved. And I was like, oh, he's jealous.
He's mad.
He's jealous of this kid. He didn't care. That's why he was like, go for it.
Yeah.
He
right.
doesn't need
He
to
wanted the
survive.
chi-chi, man. He wanted the boob. He was like, that's my boob.
I don't know if it was the acting or the
milk.
script, but every single line in this movie was a bad lie. Like everyone was a bad liar. They're like, no, Santa Claus is real. Like every single line was a
that was like the theme of the movie was lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the entire thing was his whole life was a lie.
Oh, that bugs me. Okay, here's another thing that bugs me. Okay, the whole thing is the Eli equals lie. Haha. I was, in 8th grade, I was scribbling on my copybook and I came up with the concept of this movie. And then dude writes it on a door 57 times. They leave the door in the room for him to read, which is stupid. Like, hey, should we take this door out where this kid's like sleeping? Nah, leave the door. Fuck it. And then so he figures out that the code is 317, and he's like, I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night. And then some smartass in the production team is like, well, we should have him wake up at just a perfect time. It's 1:37, not 3:17. What the fuck, guys? Why do you get things wrong every chance you get? I don't know. Sorry. I go off on
Wait, what was it? It was 1:37.
You woke up at 1:37 in the morning, like to sneak around, and it's like, hey, I know those are the numbers, but you had 317. That's the whole.
Can we have some continuity, a little consistency?
Right? Thank you. And
But
then
also,
the little Tinkerbell mosquito eater. What the heck?
Oh yeah, I was like, what does that even have to do with anything? What is that?
Oh my God. I was just like, what the hell?
Well, that was okay. So I got the mosquito hawk because he kept seeing it outside of his window. That was the same one. And then it got in, and his dad was like, Smash, you must have gotten in. No, it got in through the nun's crazy ass like sacrificial cave that she has. Because he was like,
her sex cave.
Yeah, because he knew that was the outside, and he like, covered it up, but that's where everything was coming from.
It's from a sex cave, so it's a Twinkerbell.
And that's how we found the door.
That's right.
Also, this is something small, trivial, but like when he was asking, also Lily Taylor is her name. I was like, anything with Lily Taylor, some shit's gonna be wild.
Oh yeah, she usually plays bad people.
Yeah. So when he asked her, well, how many people have survived, and she totally dodged it. I was like, okay, first of all, I know he's a kid, and a mom was standing there. You ain't about to ask. Okay, well, you didn't answer my question. How many people have survived? She turned around. She was like,
Yeah, she straight up
like,
went. She straight up
like,
went.
anyone seen any good movies lately?
Yeah. I was like, that's the first big red flag, and not one of y'all go pay attention. Okay. That's okay.
Well, because his parents were like, oh, yeah, just trust the nice lady. She's here to help you. And the girl's like, yeah, like your parents have never lied to you before. And you could tell the look on his face, like great acting by this kid. I loved him in this.
He's
But
good.
you could tell by the look on his face, he was like, well, damn, I never thought of that possibility. You mean my parents could lie to me? Because he was under the impression of, I can't survive out there without my parents. He was so dependent on them, and that was for a reason.
Yeah,
But
they,
just,
Of the century.
yeah, they put him through a lot for him to believe that there was literally something wrong with him when really there wasn't anything wrong at all, right? So he
was
was
a
just
half breed, and he couldn't help that.
sick. I know.
he didn't get
All
a
right.
choice.
All right, kids, we're at that time where we have to give this this movie a rating.
That was
you
I
know.
like that. That was a good Freudian slip there.
Let's go around the horn. Maria, what would you rate this out of 5 stars, 5 being the highest?
I would. It wasn't that. It was entertaining, so I'll give it a 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Stina?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars. Just
Okay.
because I thought that the way that the whole sickness and him not even being really sick, like I was like, what? Excuse me? You just did what? Oh my god, I thought it was so clever. So, and it was highly entertaining. Some of those jump scares got me. There were a lot of moments where, like, I was like, no, ma'am, I don't like that. And there were a couple times while Ed was still here, he like looked around. He was like, oh fuck, like what the fuck is that? And I was like, I know.
Did
I
the
was like,
jump
I
scares
get it.
make you pee though?
No,
That's
Not
too
even a little pee pee?
no, no.
Just a little bit?
No
Okay, me
pee.
neither. Me
That would have
neither.
been a whole extra star.
Mm-hmm.
Whole extra star. I wet myself. 1 extra star.
Stefan, what are you going to give this?
I did like the cinematography. I like the sets. The sets were really nice. The actors were pretty damn good. I like the music. Music wasn't too bad in there. I think the script needed some more work because I think things were getting a little too watered down, or there wasn't a lot of Kool-Aid. There was more water. I don't know. It's like they took an idea and it had a good, there was a good amount of substance to it, and then kind of watered it down a lot.
And I agree with you because I couldn't tell if they were trying to avoid the whole like there's too many things to explain here. Let's make it
Yeah.
simpler to digest.
And that's
Or if they
yeah.
were like, let's just see what happens. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to treat the audience like they have some form of intelligence. You can't just keep making things and then it's kind of like movies where they have signs somewhere to hint kind of what's coming up next. It's like, no, don't. I'm not an idiot. Let me figure it out on my own. You know what I mean? You want to figure it out on your own. I just feel like a lot of movies throw up like signs or advertising or some form of something to kind of say, no. This is what's going to happen. This is why it's happening. It's like, no. Let me figure it out on my own. But I will say overall, I did like the ending, and I like what the effects of when spoiler alert, when he squashes the dad's head. Like I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And then and then you see the motherfuckers flip upside down. Their arms are out like upside down crosses, and then they catch up. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, where we going? Where we going?
I know.
We gonna burn this motherfucker away. Let's go.
They straight had the nerve to be like, oh my god, we're stuck. Yeah, you are stuck in here. Look,
You done
we
fucked
just
up.
tried
That's
to-
what
yeah.
you did.
That's right.
Yeah.
You re-put your soul. You done fucked up.
Mhm.
I like I don't know. I really like the blood and stuff. But again, I think they needed to put the script in an incubator and kind of feed it and grow it. I needed more time to kind of grow. Other than that, I guess rating wise, I'd say about a 3. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, because I'm gonna be honest, not gonna lie or put a front on, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, fuck, I don't want to watch this. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, well, it's a lot better than the fucking trailer.
Okay. Well, I agree with a lot of what Stefan said. I think like you're gonna either hate or love this movie based on what you want out of it. If you just want something like, no judgment. I'm not calling you basic, but if you just want a popcorn movie where you're gonna watch it and you're like, listen, we're gonna fuck after this. We're eating popcorn. We just want to be like thrilled by something visually. This is updated. It's a modern horror movie. The visuals are cool, the sets are cool, but don't put any thought into it. If you're a thinker, this ain't the movie for you. Like they got the exposition ginger. This is like Harry Potter and the Order of the Three Crosses. They got a recycled ring girl. They got the whole rinse and repeat of like this dude. Hey, what did you do? You escaped from your room again. That's not locked, and you ran around the building. We don't want you to do that. Go back in there with your flashlight, and then don't do it again, except for the 7 times that we need you to do it, so that we can use the
move the plot
on everybody. That'll drive you fucking batty. If you're a thinker, you got a brain in your head, don't watch this movie. But if you just want a good like Friday night fuck off movie, it's okay. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. With that said,
hey. Wow, I was not expecting you to be that gracious. I thought you were gonna be like, here's a 1.5 star. Yeah.
Which is still, that's an average of around 3 and an eighth of a star.
Hey man,
but it's
hail
still,
Satan,
it's a
all right?
digestible, fun movie.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
Hey, if you're a sick fuck, whatever, maybe try it. You know. If you know, you know.
It'll rub your teeth the right way,
Are you ready to see what we have for next week?
Oh, yes.
As long as I pee just a little bit, yes. Just a little bit.
That's a requirement now. Stefan has to pee just a
Just
little bit.
Oh.
Not too much.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to make you pee. That's a goal in my life.
You don't want it to be noticeable on your pants, but you know.
Honey,
you
did
wanna
you just
know
pee
it's there.
yourself? Just a
All
little.
right.
Just a little.
First trailer.
Well, pee don't hurt nobody.
That's right. It's a little dot. It's okay.
Pretty soon, 1 + 1 is gonna equal 3.
Whoa! What the fuck?
First day of school. I'm gonna look. Please be careful today.
I'm pregnant, not breakable.
Get out. Oh hell no!
I'm whispering things.
Is there anyone up here?
She suffered a miscarriage. Your wife won't be able to have children anymore. Wake up.
Dr. Clark, he's one of the most respected paranormal researchers in the country.
You can call it my gift or my curse.
Oh shit, Delroy Lindo.
Yourself and your wife are in a very real danger.
Every room is covered, so if there's a sound that doesn't belong, we'll know it.
Stop. Play back just what happened.
Oh yeah, that guy's from the that guy's from the Collector, Keith. Sorry, you guys. Father.
She's a part of me now. She'll follow me wherever we go.
Muy pronto.
Muy pronto.
That's, okay, so that's
That had a mix of films in
Malicious.
it. That had a mix of films.
Malicious. Okay. That one was spooky ooky.
And then here we go with
Sometimes
the others.
the world
I love this movie.
Love
mixed
this
up.
movie.
world of the living.
I did not particularly like this one. No.
Since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
Do you mean they just vanished
You've got a water
into
bottle.
thin air? How do you do, children? I'm your new nanny.
Are you going to leave us too?
Why should I leave you?
The others
No,
said they
it's
were.
going to bring Satan into
They
the
did,
house.
And then it happened. Why have you opened the curtains? It was Victor.
You told your brother that there was someone else in the room.
There was.
That'll do, Anne.
I've seen them too. Sooner or later, she'll see them. Then everything will be different.
Like The Sixth Sense, but not.
What do you want?
They're everywhere. They say this house is theirs.
No! Children!
Come here!
Run!
Can't you hear it?
It's like Nickelodeon.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. Oh. I waited years before watching this one.
You mad? I am your daughter.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care what nobody said.
I
I
don't
saw
care what
that.
y'all say.
I
It
went and
was
saw
like
that in the
Young Enough for
theater.
white people.
This is the third movie.
Cuidado.
Larry?
Wait, that's mine.
What's that box doing in our bedroom?
Ah, yeah, I vote for this one. I love you, Keith.
Look inside. I'm sure it's fine.
Which one?
Oh, I love that movie. And that was the actor that was in the first trailer.
Just about good as new.
Oh, Arkin? After you look at the door upstairs, could you get the last of the window bars up today?
Yeah, not a problem, sir.
I know we're in the middle of nowhere, but Vicky still insists on Detroit decor.
Just can't quit you.
What's wrong with his face? Wake up, sir.
He's trying to be a thirst trap, but he doesn't know quite how to do it.
Sure does not.
See you in a couple weeks.
So have a safe trip.
You were supposed to come by 6 hours ago.
Yeah, sorry, I just got a bit tied up at work, you know.
Do you or don't you have the money?
Look, it's not as much as I said, but it's okay.
You promised you'd get it by tonight.
I am. But you know, these jobs don't just happen overnight.
I have to have it today.
Why today?
Because the people I owe want it.
So why don't you let me talk to the people that you owe?
They're loan sharks, Arkin. It's due. That's all there is to it.
Look, I'm gonna get you the money, all right?
It's too late.
No, baby, come here. Just give me until midnight, all right?
Only another 15 minutes of the trailer, guys.
We're watching the movie.
It was like an extended trailer.
It is, because I was like, we've watched this trailer like 3 other times, and it's never been this long.
Oh yeah.
I picked a better version, and it said longer version.
Yeah.
When you spend all your money on gear to get money.
Yeah, for
Why didn't you have the money?
Oh, I bought this box and cracking it. It was on Amazon.
It was on sale. And they're working on the third one. Started filming recently.
Oh, is there sequels?
Oh yeah, the second movie, the collection, dude, is awesome.
All right, guys, what'll it be?
Well, I already know what I'm voting for, so I mean,
Stefan's a trash collector.
Not what the other movies were. So long.
Yeah, that one was long.
To go.
Truly.
Definitely not that movie. That's for sure.
Maria, what do you vote on?
Your
vote counts here.
What was the first one again?
We had Malicious, The Others, or The Collector.
I'm gonna go with The Others because the other two just didn't seem that interesting to me.
We're gonna do another movie with ghosts.
And one for The Collector, one for The Others, and Stina.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Stefan. Let's do The Collector.
Really? I thought you were gonna go for Malicious, and we'd have our first tiebreaker.
No, that one looked all right. That one looked okay. But you got The Collector in there, and I'm like, you know what? Y'all gave me Bubba Hotep, okay? I can give Stefan The Collector.
Thank you, Donka.
The Collector sounds like one of He-Man's enemies.
Maria, this is like Stefan's favorite movie.
One of them.
For real?
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, so is it actually like good? Because
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, I would watch it.
You can watch it free on YouTube.
And
Oh,
Maria,
okay.
strangely enough, it's actually shorter than that trailer.
That was the director's cut.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the writer guys of the last 4 Saw movies. Not saying those were great, but they were the gore and certain twists in those movies were pretty well done. Not great movies of the Saw movies. I like the first 2 or 3 of the Saw movies.
I'm not a big fan of like just straight up gore. So that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you may not like this one.
I've never seen any of the Saw movies. Not one, and I never would.
Yeah, this one, think like heist, kind of like a heist meets Home Alone meets a serial killer kind of thing.
Okay.
So he murders people with paint cans. All right,
Paint cans. Hey, those really would murder somebody.
You heard it here first. We're doing The Collector next week on the Sick Folks of Cinema. I'd like to thank our special guest, Maria De La Ghetto.
Yay!
Maria, thanks for being here. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Oh my gosh. It's all let's see, hold on. I do have pretty sure it's all your shows this week, actually. That's your show. Hold on, I swear. Oh, next week, next Friday, I have the Famous Fridays Flappers, online, obviously, and then Saturday I also have another Flappers show. So the 23rd and 24th, I have 2 Flappers shows. It's the 24th is The Girls and the Gay. I'm very excited. It's with a friend of mine from the East Coast. And then the 25th is Soul Sisters Sunday. So that's all on my link tree. You can find all of that. So next weekend is where all the wild stuff is happening.
And you're right, we will have you on the shit show next week.
Yeah.
How do people find you?
Maria De La Ghetto on all platforms. My link tree, Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans. Oh no, sorry, that's a different one. But yeah, if you just look up Maria De La Ghetto, it'll pop up all that stuff. So
all right, cool.
Yeah.
So much, guys. Thanks for listening and or watching, depending on what you did with your life today. But yeah, tune in next time, and you'll see us review The Collector. Thanks a lot. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hold on. I got to get the mouse on the thing. Bye. Okay.